Good morning, afternoon, or evening. This is DeathNavy, and today I'm going to be starting a new series called, DeathNavy Reviews. And I'm going to be starting this off with the upcoming Servant to NA. Wait, I'm hitting the wrong option. Miss Berserker Musashi. Now, this series is going to be me reviewing the servants that are coming to NA that I actually own, that I've used. So this is coming from my experience, my gameplay with them, and my grading is going to be based mostly upon that, and then of course their kit and what they have to offer. If you're looking for a more objective view, there are many other reviews out there that just look at hard stats and skills and see, what this servant is capable on paper. But in reality, I wanted to talk about the servants as I see them. So to start off with Musashi here, this is my first SSR on JP. She's level 100, 2000, 2000, Bond 13. I've used her quite a bit, 10, 10, 10. So yeah, I am more than qualified to talk about her. Now, my grading, just to get this out of the way, I would give her probably around a 9 out of 10. And the reason for that is her only real downside being she's a berserker and she's squishy. But literally all berserkers are squishy. The downside to her is she has a high attack and a low HP. But the thing is, when you're a berserker, if you get critted, you're gonna pretty much die regardless of if you have 1,000 or more HP. So, going from her skills here, her first skill is a crit up and an evade for 1 time 3 turns. You're gonna use this for the evade. I hardly ever use it for the crit unless the stars align and she manages to pull some stars to her cards. So it's a nice hard defense that I'll use when I'm fighting a boss and they're about to NP. And then her second skill here, you'd obviously use for farming. But if you're not farming, it's nice to use when you have some arts cards on the field, because then you can just supercharge your NP really easily. And your arts cards do more damage in general. And then her third skill, if you're farming, you want to use it on like the final wave when all the enemies' health is high. But normally, if I'm playing through normal content, I will use this when she gets to low HP. That way, she gets that guts. Or if the enemy puts on a evade or invincible, I can use this, and then she can hit the enemy still. So, the 5,000 HP demerit is pretty huge. If you're farming, it doesn't matter. But when you're not farming, it's pretty huge. So that's why I usually use it when she's low health, or, so that way she doesn't just explode. I have her NP1, but I find it very, very easy to loop if you have the right support. Pretty much Castria, literally Ultra Caster. If you run double caster and her, you will be looping for days. Once you get down to the 2 enemy, 1 enemy waves and like the 90 plus nodes, that's when it gets a little iffy and you kind of have to switch things up. But 95% of the time, she should get you looping fairly easy if you have the right supports. When I started my account, obviously I didn't have the right supports, so I used her just as a general berserker, and she worked amazing because, again, she has the guts and she has the evade, so she's able to survive a bit. And if you use a good support, like I was using Hans is very good because he gives the defense up and the heal. And if you use Mash, she gives defense up as well. Like, she can survive a good amount of time, and her damage output is insane. So that's something that she does extremely well, is just output hella damage. Of course, she's not going to be as good as someone like Vlad or Ku if you're going up against a single enemy, because they are a single target, but she'll work in majority of situations. So yeah, to wrap things up, I this isn't really supposed to be a video deciding whether or not to pull. It's more just my review of her, but I would recommend you roll her if you have any intention of doing so. If not, then don't. I mean, she'll be on GSSR or whatever. But I really think she's worth it. She was a godsend to my account when I first started, and I use her ever since, obviously, because she has the high bond. So that's going to do it for this video. My next one will be on Alteria Bunny, because she's coming up soon as well with Summer 4, and she was my second SSR, and I'll talk about her a bit in the next video. So I hope you enjoy this little sit-down discussion chat, as you will, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.